All right, good morning, everyone, and happy Thursday. I'm Jenny McCullum, the Director of Procurement Services and the Chief Procurement Officer for JEA and the Chair of the Awards Committee. I'd like to call the April 29th, 2021 meeting to order. We do have a quorum with 4 committee members on site. We've got Stephen Datz, Ricky Erickson, Laura Dutton, and Sean Connor is sitting in for Haivu, and then Joe Arfano is remote today. OGC is represented by Julie Davis, and Budget is represented by, I'm going to say Mitch Shepard, with the assistance also of Lori once she gets on. Before we get started, I'll ask if there's any public comments. Do we have any public that have shown up in the bid office that would like to comment on the agenda?
No one from the public is in the bid office.
Thanks, Lynn. Did we get any emails?
No emails.
Okay, great. And is there anyone on the call that would like to comment on the agenda for today? All right, seeing none, we will get started. So we have items 1 through 5 and 7. Award number 6 was deferred, and the items have been reviewed by procurement and by budget and are ready for the awards committee review. We will run through the meeting as usual. I'll go through each award item individually. I will ask if there's questions or comments, and then ask for a motion and a second, and then roll call through the committee for each individual approval. So let's start with our meeting minutes from April 22nd, 2021. Are there any comments or questions? All right, I'll ask for a motion to approve the meeting minutes from April 22nd.
Ricky Erickson, so moved.
Stephen Datz, second.
Thank you. We'll roll call through the committee to approve the meeting minutes from April 22nd, starting with Ricky Erickson.
Approved.
Stephen Datz.
Approved.
Laura Dutton.
Approved.
Sean Connor.
Approved.
And Joe Arfano.
Approved.
Thank you. Award number 2 is a contract amendment, and award number 3 is a follow-on for this one. So I'll explain the services for this project as a whole, which will apply to both. So this first one is engineering services for the Walnut Street gravity sewer replacement. Mcdonald is our awardee and the vendor who has been working on the engineering piece for this. And our contract amendment amount is $363,552. We are expected this project to be completed in September of 2021, which was originally April. And this actual contract amendment is for a cave-in that happened during construction around the existing junction manhole. Just a little bit of history. We did originally approve this through the awards committee in December of 2017 in the amount of $568,141. We also did a small increase of about $30,000 for an updated route study, and then came back to the committee in August of 2019 and awarded full construction, engineering, and inspection services to Mcdonald for the duration of the contract. And that was a little over $560,000. So this change order is to cover the unforeseen discoverable work that came up. And there was a previous cave-in around this structure approximately a year ago, and it was repaired. And then, so it failed again. And so we had a group meeting out there, and it was determined that this structure is past the point of rehabilitation and needs to be replaced. So we are adding that to the project because it is in the existing perimeter. And it looks like it's going to push our due date from April to September of this year. I'll ask if the committee has any comments or questions. All right, is there a motion to approve award number 2?
Laura Dutton, so moved.
Stephen Datz, second.
Thank you. We'll roll call through the committee to approve award number 2, starting with Laura Dutton,
Approved.
Stephen Datz,
Approved.
Ricky Erickson,
Approved.
Sean Connor,
Approved.
and Joe Arfano.
Approved.
Thank you. Award number 3, as I said, is another contract amendment for the same project, but this is for the construction services. Our awardee is JB Coxwell Contracting, and the award amount to repair the cave-in and additional services, we'll go into some more details, is $2,516,668.11. Originally, this was approved by the awards committee in August of 2019, a little over $9 million. We added, back in March of this year, we added an addition of a new gravity sewer line needed to transfer customers to the new system being installed, and that was about $478,000. So this award amount covers the cave-in. So it's the install and maintain gravity sewer bypass for peak design of 55 MGD to remove and replace existing junction manhole number 2 and relocate existing utilities as necessary. So we got a cost proposal from the contractor, which will add 120 days to their existing contract. And the proposal also contains about $200,000 in contingency items, such as additional days for bypass pumping related costs and costs for unknown discoverable items during construction. If there is nothing that comes up, those dollars will not be used. And as a note, the unit prices that were applicable to this increased work from our original award were used in this cost estimate, and the cost items that were not in the original award were compared against past projects. So to come up with the award amount, we have looked at what was originally submitted and then also other projects to make sure it is reasonable. I will ask if there are any questions or comments on award number 3. All right, I'll ask for a motion to approve award number 3.
Joe Arfano, so moved.
Thanks, Joe. Can I get a second?
Sean Connor, second.
Thanks, Sean. I'll roll call through the committee to approve award number 3, starting with Joe Arfano,
Approved.
Sean Connor,
Approved.
Stephen Datz,
Approved.
Ricky Erickson,
Approved.
and Laura Dutton.
Approved.
Thank you. Award number 4 is a resend. This is for Kennedy Generating Station Control Room upgrades. We went through the bidding process. We received 2 bids, which were well over our budget. So JEA elected to discuss with the lowest bidder an itemization of their price and the overall design of the new control room. And after review and just looking at the market and the price increases on material and labor, JEA has elected to rescind. We've reviewed the overall objectives of this project and have elected to move forward to move the control room off the first floor of the warehouse and repurpose the mezzanine of the adjacent building to accomplish the same goal at a lower price. So JEA does not intend to rebid the scope of services outlined in the actual solicitation that we're rescinding. However, we do expect some work to finish the mezzanine will require some bidding, which we will do. Are there any questions or comments about the rescind for award number 4? All right, I'll ask for a motion to approve award number 4.
Ricky Erickson, so moved.
Laura Dutton, second.
Thank you, Ricky and Laura. We'll roll call through the committee, starting with Ricky Erickson,
Approved.
Laura Dutton,
Approve.
Sean Connor,
Approved.
Stephen Datz,
Approved.
and Joe Arfano. Thank you. Award number 5 is an invitation for bid. This is for Eastport Road Force Main. It's about 3,000 linear feet of force main with associated fittings, valves, and air relief valves. And it also will include restoration of the sod, milling, and resurfacing of the roadways, and driveway and concrete curb and gutter replacement. TD Landmark is our lowest bidder in the amount of $659,413.49. Our project completion is expected March of 2022. JEA received 5 bids, so quite a bit of competition, and our award amount is approximately 19% lower than our estimated budget. And I will note that without this project, there is concern that the system will continue to experience surcharging leading to sanitary overflows. This is an important project to get finished. Do we have any questions or comments on award number 5? I'll ask for a motion to approve award number 5.
Stephen Datz, so moved.
Laura Dutton,
Thank you.
second.
Thanks, Laura. I'll roll call through the committee to approve award number 5, starting with Stephen Datz,
Approved.
Laura Dutton,
Approve.
Ricky Erickson,
Approved.
Sean Connor,
Approved.
and Joe Arfano.
Approved.
Great. All right. Our last award is award number 7. This was an RFP for work planning and scheduling software implementation, support, and training. And this software interacts with our Oracle EAM system. And we're looking for something that will a robust work scheduling software, either cloud-based or on-prem, to integrate the JEA's existing computerized maintenance management system. This will give the planners and the coordinators the ability to schedule work of all types, from preventative maintenance, corrective maintenance, to project work across multiple departments and resources. It will also be able to schedule work up to 12 months in the future. Also looking at KPIs and reporting to ensure the staff is working efficiently. Is this going to help with the planning of projects and material needs? That's a question.
My understanding is no, Jenny, other than Northside, who's really pushing this, but they'll be able to see what equipment they need to maintain, so they will help be able to schedule their procurement around that. But some of the stuff I think you're talking about, that's I don't think it's going to help drive that.
Okay. A girl can hope.
Well, not just a girl, we all hope, but I don't think it's
One day. We are working on some stuff behind the scenes, so hopefully we will get some stuff worked out this year. So I think I'm saying this right, Prometheus Group Enterprises LLC is our recommended awardee in the amount of $712,500. This is a 3-year contract with 2 one-year optional renewals. We opened the bids and received 3 bids. One of them was disqualified for not meeting our minimum qualifications when we were requiring the references of past similar experience. So just so you guys know, we do go through quite a process to make sure that each vendor can meet them in quals. So if they submit something that doesn't meet them in quals or we can't get in touch with their reference, we do make multiple attempts to try and allow them to meet them in quals with additional projects that have already happened in the past. The ruling on that from a legal perspective is that it does not give an unfair advantage because it's work that regardless has been done in the past and should not create any kind of experience or unfair advantage for any of the other bidders. We just couldn't get there with this one, and so we had to disqualify. This request is for 3 years, and it includes licenses, implementation support, and training. And that is 25 primary licenses, 25 mobile capability licenses, and 25 read and view only licenses. Part of the award amount includes $135,000 in implementation costs and $30,000 in one-time training. And then the rates will be fixed for the 3 years of the term on the licenses and are allowable to increase with CPI in the renewal years if we choose to move forward with renewals. Are there any questions or comments on award number 7? All right, I'll ask for a motion to approve award number 7.
Ricky Erickson, so moved.
Thanks, Ricky. Can I get a second? Thanks, Joe. We'll roll call through the committee to approve award number 7, starting with Ricky Erickson,
Approved.
Joe Arfano,
Approved.
Laura Dutton,
Approved.
Sean Connor,
Approved.
and Stephen Datz.
Approved.
Thank you. So we have approved the entire agenda for April 29th, 2021. And I will ask you all or anyone on the call if there's any other business to come before the awards committee. All right, I will just note.
Congratulations to Ricky. I think
Sure.
19 years ago, he did some pretty amazing things, and I don't know enough about pulling the system back online, but you did it twice in one night, it sounds like.
Yeah, they don't live in my memory forever, that's for sure. Black Friday, the blackout 2002, or Black Monday actually. Yeah, that was a bad day.
Pretty impressive. Congratulations. Good deal.
Yeah,
We're lucky
that's
to have
something
you,
I
Ricky.
can't wait to do again. Something else never happens again.
Exactly. Exactly. We don't want you to have that experience, but you do, so we're lucky to have you.
I don't want anybody to
Well,
have
that's
that
awesome.
experience.
No, sir. I will also note that the updates to the P code were approved by the board on Tuesday, so that is very exciting. It's been a long time in the making. We have had red lines to that code that have been sitting in cyberspace ready to be updated for the past, really since 2017, so it's been quite some time. So I just want to thank Julie Davis for all of her help in helping us redline it and get it into a document and form for the board to be able to review and something for us to now use going forward. We have put that on the website. We've put it in SharePoint. We've also put it in Policy Tech, so you guys should be able to find that in multiple places. I've sent it obviously to the awards committee so that you guys have it at your fingertips so that you also can review, and if we have questions along the way as new methods come up, you know, we'll certainly have those discussions as often as you all need. The two bullets that I mentioned to the board that will affect you guys are the most are going from the multiple limited competition or single source awards. We're just going to lump those into a single source. Terminology still allows for standards to happen, still allows for OEMs to be used, except the difference is that if we have multiple vendors that can do that work, we won't call it a a standard, or we won't call it an OEM. We'll call it, either an ITN, an IFB, or an RFP. One of the other methods that we use for competitive procurement. So if there's only one vendor that is capable of performing or giving us the, the materials that we need, that's when we will call it a single source and just put more verbiage in the write-up about why it's a single source. So it could be a standard, it could be an OEM. So we'll go through, or even a proprietary vendor. So we'll, still have the explanation, but it's just, we'll streamline that process a little bit. And then second would be the new procurement methods that we've never used before. So pilot projects, which is exciting for your group, Stephen, and others, for that potential for you guys to be able to try, new products in the system without, on a trial basis without that initial commitment. And then we also will have reverse auctions for bids where we have many, many vendors, lots of different items, where we can see in real time who has the lowest bid. And it's almost like an auction up on the screen. So all the vendors can see who has the lowest bid on each of the items, and they can bid on, their best price in real time as the auction is open. So we have that flexibility and capability in Zycus, so we're excited to be able to use that when appropriate. So if there are any other questions that I can answer for you guys, I'm happy to do so. If not, I can adjourn the meeting, but I'll open it up to you guys to see if there's anything you want to comment on. All right. Well, I appreciate everybody's time and effort today. I hope everyone has a great rest of your Thursday and a safe weekend. The meeting is officially adjourned.
Thank you.
Jenny.
Thanks.